Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we are leveling up some more people. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, and it's also going to be a lot shorter for me even, because I realized that I don't really need to leave Kerbal Sphere of Influence with these people. I just got to fly them by Moon and land them on Minmus and have somebody plant a flag, because as soon as they go on whatever mission they're going to go on, and they're all going to go interplanetary, they're going to be able to hop in the science lab and get their experience for going into sun orbit. So that'll save us a lot of time. I also built this ship here. I'll show it to you in a second as soon as I start this burn. Now, it can fit 10 people down here and 1 up here. We have 11 people in it. Tell you what, let's do this. I never do this. There they all are. Look at them. They're having a great time. They're drinking some Kerbal drinks or something. Somebody's in here. I don't know who's in the main hatch. It looks like Francois is running the show. It's a very simple ship. It's just got enough fuel to do its job. Probably more than enough, to be honest. But you know, what are you gonna do? But we're flying this thing by Moon. We're getting it up into near Minmus orbit, and then we're just gonna get it up to Minmus. There's really no reason for you to watch it because it's gonna be boring. So I'll be back when I'm landing them on Minmus. But before we do that, I totally forgot we have the Gilly all-in-one ship heading out. The Eve window is not yet, but because we're at Minmus, much like when we were at Moho before, the ideal time to launch is before then, and then get out into sun orbit. It's not the best, but it's easier than doing all the figuring and stuff. And I'm getting sick of doing all the figuring. I'd rather just bring the fuel and do it now that fuel is perfectly free. But we're sending that homeless Kerb and that homeless Kerbat out to their eventual new home, which is Gilly. We've got a lot of beef pushing them out here just to make it more time efficient. And then we're gonna drop these when the time comes, whenever we get done with it here. There we go. I don't think this one has to be a super accurate ejection. Yeah, they don't. No, they do have another maneuver node here. So let's go ahead and at least get it close. There we go. And then when they eject, they're gonna do an eventual burn to get in with Eve. But oh, and I guess that is the next thing to happen. So let's go ahead and follow them out of Minmus' sphere of influence. Now, one thing I forgot about with this ship is we don't have a scanner, and I think I'm just going to try to roll the dice and land on Gilly somewhere and try to drill for ore. We should have so much fuel in this guy that it's going to be ridiculously easy to land on Gilly multiple times. And as we're coming down, I'll note that Francois had to step out of the pilot seat because he's actually an engineer, and I put Mariah into the pilot seat instead because she actually knows how to delete maneuver nodes. It's really funny. You can turn on SAS with people sitting in these crew cabins, but you cannot delete maneuver nodes once you've gotten out of comms range. It's kind of amusing. But anyway, we've got when we get to 6 seconds here, there we go. Nicely done, Mariah. Hop on out and plant your flag, and then immediately take it down. And here we come into dock. Very, very nice. Mariah did a very good job. She still got like half of her fuel. Come on. There we go. I've got the thing set up so it requires 90 degrees. So I sometimes have to shift it back and forth to get it perfectly docked. Okay, let's go ahead and level everybody up. Bam! Everyone's a level 2 now, which is nice. And then as soon as they leave Kerbal Sphere of Influence, they will become a level 3 with whatever science lab is on the thing. Also, we've got the all-in Moho ship, which actually, now that I'm thinking about this, let's try this here. Let's hit F5 because I don't know what I'm doing. I think I can build the all-in Moho ship here. I call this one the Lido because generally the Lido deck is on the top of the ship, and this is the top of this ship. So let's go ahead and show his UI. If we go to 4, I have the all-in Moho ship ready to go. Actually, it's not ready to go because we're out of rocket parts. Are we completely out of rocket parts? We are. We're completely out of rocket parts, and we're completely out of ore. So I have to go down and get more ore. Wow, we actually ran out of stuff. That's impressive. So I need to make a run for ore, and otherwise we can't build the Moho ship. And Moho's window's in 26 days, so I got to do that pretty quick. So in the meantime, though, I guess I could redock this one over here if I really want to. I'm bringing you back here even though I normally wouldn't, because I don't think I've ever shown you the simple logistics mod So I figure, hey, you know what? It's probably the only reason people come back here is to see what mods I'm using. So I might as well show it to you. So we're coming down to land here at the base. We'll be down in about 30 seconds. But this mod's really cool because basically there's a logistic module on every command pod. And if I had multiple things landed here at the Minmus mining base, this ore driller would immediately and automatically distribute ore between all the ore tanks down there, so that it could so that we could basically hook these things up and just assume that the Kerbals down there know what they're doing and they're able to hook these things up. It's kind of like Kerbal attachment system without all the fiddling around with EV8 Kerbals. But when you land a ship nearby, you can do something similar, and I'm going to show it to you here. We got a 7-second burn. I'm going to hit F5 just in case I screw this up. But at about 4 seconds here, I'm going to hit the gas. A little close to the solar panel, but shouldn't be a big deal. Nicely done. Okay, what we can do here now is we can switch to this guy. This mod here looks like a toaster. And what we can do is, oh wait, we need to be on this guy. Okay, now what we can do is we can say we want ore. We want as much ore as you can give us, and we can say request it, and bam, we just got our ore. It's that simple. His ore tank is now full. He is ready to head back to the station, which is basically in the right spot to get to. So let's hit the gas. He has a lot harder of a time getting up than the other ships do. I'm also going to not go yet, because I want to make sure we don't hit the solar panels. There we go. We're good. But yeah, it's a great mod. It's you know, call it cheating if you want. I don't really care. It's a quality of life mod. There is no difficulty in sending a Kerbal out and attaching pipes to landed ships. So I am going to have no qualms at doing this for landed ships. And that is not my space station, I just realized. Oh yeah, it is. Minmus Refinery Station ship. It got changed to a ship when I docked the other ship to it, apparently. And I really like this landing spot because you have this long, wide swath of time where you are not going to hit anything on the horizon. We've got this whole area here, this entire long swath where it's like basically a takeoff area. So you can kind of cut this a little bit short. I haven't really done it on this launch because I don't generally want to, because I found that if you go up at about a 45-degree angle and then cut over, this apoapsis gets up here right about the same time the station would. Just coming down, land, fill up, and then go. And a lot has happened since I was with you last. I basically just did a whole bunch of stuff off camera. I built this, which is this is the Moho ship. It's got 3 fuel tanks that we're going to be dropping along the way just because it's so DV intensive to get a Moho. I'm going all crazy with no less than 3. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Moho ship. Yeah, I've got no less than 3 skippers running this thing. If I can click on them, there we go. 3 skippers. This is going to be the lander. This is going to be the orbiter, and this is going to be the mining base. And we've got 3 people in here, but let's go ahead and disconnect from the main ship. Undock is not an option. Oh, that's right. I need to finalize. I always forget. You don't want to undock. You want to finalize or release. So he scares me. Oh, and then the music just changed. That's funny. The music got louder for some reason now. But yeah, this ship is kind of crazy. It's got fuel priority 50, 30, and then 10. So these will go first. And then these guys are 0, I believe, or -10. So they'll go after that. And then this guy's 0. So these are the last tanks to drain, which is the way you want it. Tanks are all full. We got no ore or rocket parts or anything on here. It's full of ore. Oh boy. Let's try that again. Let's unload his ore, because that's going to make him so off-center. It's going to be crazy. Let's see. You've got ore. Yeah, it actually put the ore into him. I think I transferred the ore to him, thinking I was transferring it the other way. There we go. But anyway, now we'll finalize this thing, or release it, as the case may be. But we've got Mariah flying the ship. We've got Black Hat and Francois. It's going to be very similar to the Ike transport in that way. And I just realized I left the monoprop on here. Not necessarily necessary. I'm not really using monoprop on anything. And this one I remember to bring a satellite, which will be nice when the time comes to scan for ore, because I definitely don't want to be hopping around on Moho. So now I need to plan my ejection. It's in 20 days is the window. It looks like actually we're going to be kind of close to that, because we're going to want to be ejecting this way. So we're ejecting retrograde. That's prograde. I am terrible at this game. You eject on the light side of the planet to eject retrograde. Actually, very close to where we are right now. So let's fast forward a little bit, make sure we're going away from the station and not towards it. That's always important. You don't want to come out of time warp and explode. So we want to be going like this. Okay, this ship steers kind of like a cow would. And also the Delta V, I'm hoping is completely wrong, because I think we have a lot more than it says we have. And if we don't, I'm in trouble. So here we go. We got a 12-minute burn. Let's go. The fuel should be draining from this guy first. Good. So far, Kerbal Engineer's feeling pretty accurate. Okay, we're already ejecting from Minmus, which is good. That means I can drop these tanks without leaving them in garbage orbits. Here goes the first one. It might be that I don't have the right route part set. Yeah, what I'm hoping Kerbal Engineer doesn't understand is that I'm going to get this fuel to work. Crossfeed is enabled on all these ports. This guy's full of ore. Well, at least we can start converting ore, I suppose. Let's go ahead and do that. Start ISRU, liquid fuel, oxidizer, and liquid fuel. And oxidizer. Oops. Yeah, we don't care about that. There we go. We should probably get these going again. This actually might end up being good that we did this. That's why I've got such low delta V though, is because I'm pushing a whole bunch of ore that I didn't know I was going to be pushing. But we have our two engineers in here. They're smart. They know what they're doing. I don't think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that they help in this situation, but oh well. Yeah, I pulled the ore out of this guy, but I totally forgot to pull it out of this guy. At least it's going down, so I know I'm creating liquid fuel and oxidizer. Okay, here goes this one. I mean, the good news is we do have more fuel than we thought we did at the beginning. The bad news is this burn is taking ridiculously long. Yeah, but we've used up a lot of fuel, and we're not even halfway done with our burn. So I'm getting a little concerned that we're going to have some issues when it comes down to running out of fuel before this burns over. I mean, we are continuously getting better thrust to weight. I mean, our thrust to weight over Minmus is 80, which is crazy. And if we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. We'll just convert the ore into more fuel and then be able to get there from sun orbit. It's going to be a lot harder. When we run out of fuel, I'm going to stop it, and then we're going to convert into fuel until we get to 500, and then we're going to hit the gas again. 461. That's actually better than I thought. So now we just have to time warp until I'm watching this Delta V in stage 2 here. When this gets up to 460, actually maybe even 400. There we go. Yeah, I don't care about the maneuver node anymore, sadly. We now just have to kind of eyeball it, because the maneuver node always is wrong when you change the sphere of influence. The game gets really confused about what the maneuver node should be. But Yeah, I'll run until we run out of fuel, and then I'll fix it here at the mid course. And the whole coast there will convert all the rest of this ore into as much fuel as we can. Okay. Moho is our target. We will place a maneuver node at our ascending node. There we go. We got an encounter. 1287. We'll have plenty when the time comes, because we're, like I said, we're converting. We're still converting. Let's hope we have 1287 when the time comes. That'll be fine. And then that will be our Moho encounter. However, let's see if we can delete this. They're going to leave curve of sphere of influence. We don't need this window anymore. And then it's going to be some transfers. So I think I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed playing it, even though all the screw-ups, as you tend to happen in this show here. Let's pretend I did this on purpose, that I wanted to convert all this into fuel. And that way we had extra fuel, right, for the trip. But yeah, next time we'll just be transferring stuff and getting people to places and maybe arriving somewhere. Who knows what? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.